How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a video talking about the last new Saab 9.3 for sale. I believe I've done a video or two before showcasing cars that were at dealerships that had basically no miles on them, and you know, they're technically still new, but this is actually the last new Saab for sale. And I want to thank the couple of subscribers on Instagram that tagged me in this post from Nevs or DM'd it to me, because I didn't even know about this until today, which is Monday, October 7th, the day that this car is being auctioned off. Before I get into this video, one thing I want to mention: if you guys missed my last video, please watch it up here. I'd highly recommend. I am getting new wheels for the Turbo X, forged wheels to be exact. So I actually just paid for them today, and they should be ready to get in the next couple of days. They're going to be making them either later today or tomorrow. I got to call and get some tires ordered for them too. So yeah, go check that out. And then of course, follow me on Instagram if you want to see what they look like before I upload the video on YouTube. I'm super excited. They're going to look so good. So I just wanted to get that out of the way to promote myself a little bit and maybe build some excitement for these new wheels, because you guys seem to doubt me a little bit. There were some people that, you know, seemed like they were real excited for them, other people that were just doubting them. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore. So this last 9.3 for sale is a 2014 Saab 9.3. Now, of course, Saab shut down in late 2011 by GM. Nevs acquired ownership, blah, blah, blah. You know, we've all heard that story before. And there's a 2014 9.3 that Nevs never sold. And the reason why they did that, or I guess Nevs, Saab, whatever, they never sold it. And the reason why they did that was because if Saab ever came back, they needed to use this specific 9.3 as a template car, or a car that they could reference what the exact last one looked like. The auction has not yet occurred as far as I can find from when I'm recording this, but I would be very surprised if this car sells for under $50,000 to $100,000, because I mean, you know, most of us Saab enthusiasts aren't millionaires, but if this car is extremely special. So I fully expect it to sell for a high amount of money. And if you guys happen to know what it sold for, because it should have sold by the time this video goes up, comment that down below. So I've kind of got my laptop here. I'm going to be cheating a little bit and looking at this article a little bit. And basically, it's an auction of the car. You know, they're going to be also throwing in a guided tour of the Saab Museum, hotel, accommodation, dinner, all that cool stuff. So it's almost like a little experience that you're getting if you were to win this auction, which is pretty cool. And it's, of course, the last gasoline-powered Saab or Nevs, or, I mean, it's a Saab, it's not a Nevs, but it's the last, you know, one to be sold, and that's pretty cool. And I want to talk about the some of the characteristics of this car just by looking at pictures that I found surprisingly interesting. So this front end is, of course, you've got a Griffin bumper on there, which I think is really neat. Dual exit rear exhaust, you know, just normal stuff. It's got the turbine wheels, which are very rare. I think that these look amazing on the new generation 9.3s. The headlights also have that bluish tint to them, which was pretty rare. I think that might have been a European only thing. I know that we didn't get those in America as far as I'm concerned. There's some really cool shots of it just sitting in the factory in Sweden, just being the only thing in the factory. I think that's super, super cool. Interior looks the seats look slightly different. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, you know, they look similar to Aero seats, but they don't look identical. They look a little bit off. They look a lot nicer, if I'm being honest. And yes, 66 miles. I read that the only time that this was really driven was on the test track when they were getting photos and video of it. So 66 miles. That's about as low as you can get. It's also got some different headrests in it. So it's still got the B207 motor, of course, 220 horsepower, which is what the last couple of years of 9.3 came with. I noticed right off the bat that the throttle, the hose that goes where the throttle, or the throttle body as a whole, is also completely different. So I don't know what kind of sorcery they did there, but it looks a lot different. And then of course the top of the motor looks different as well. So, you know, people are gonna say, oh, by now this car, you know, was debuted in 2003, was sold in 2003, like this is almost a 20-year-old car now, like who would pay this kind of money? And it really takes the right kind of enthusiast who really liked Saab, and especially like the newer Saabs, I guess, and have a lot of money to want to buy something like this, but I think it's incredibly special, and I'd love to speak to whoever purchases it. But I want to read an excerpt from one of the articles here that, of course, I translated in Google Translate from Swedish. And the first couple sentences say, "The last soap. Taste those words. How does it feel? For many, it is sad words, but they are also a little tickling." So if you know Swedish and English, I feel like that's not a proper translation, but I just thought that was a little bit funny. So car comes in silver, so no special color or anything. You know, I personally think silver is one of the most boring colors you could get on a car, but you know, nothing against it. Still an incredibly beautiful car. I hope whoever buys it is happy with it, and I hope that it's well taken care of and hopefully preserved for a very, very long time. There it is, guys. I just wanted to do a quick video to talk about, you know, this is actually the last new 9.3. This is coming from Nevs, from Saab. This is not from some secondhand dealer that has a Saab that has 100 miles on it. So this is crazy. 66 kilometers. Actually, I said miles earlier, but that was definitely in kilometers, not miles. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go inside, call the wheel and tire shop, and I'm gonna have to order some tires for the new wheels. So again, make sure to follow me on Instagram if you guys want to see what's exactly happening with that. And with that being said, that's all I've got for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.